the mother had died so many years before. But we called him Yuri. Well, Yuri was quite young when his mother died, so he didn't know about women very much at all. He'd only lived with his father, and they lived very well. You know, they could go fishing, nobody could tell them when they needed to change their socks or their underwear. They were quite happy, and you know, very good life. But time went on. Time went on, of course, and Yuri's father grew old. So one day he called Yuri to him and said, "Yuri, you've got to get married." Yuri said, "But no, women, no, I don't need a woman in my, I don't want women, I have nothing to do with women, we are living quite happily by." His father said, "Well, how do you think you got here? We have to have that." So as the custom was in those days, Yuri went to the town and he got the matchmaker of the town to find a suitable bride for Yuri. Well, he found a rather plain-looking girl, but she was very capable in the house, and she was very kind, and he didn't get angry, all of those things. So she came to live in the house, but Yuri really didn't have much to do with her at all. He really sort of left her in the background. But then one day she said to Yuri, "Yuri, my dear husband, I noticed you've got a patch in your trousers. Please give them to me and let me mend them for you." Well, that seemed to change Yuri's attitude towards her somewhat. He was more kindly to her after that, after she mended his trousers for him. So their friendship became a little bit close. But you know, as in the natural course of events, Yuri's father died. Well, Yuri was absolutely broken-hearted. He was inconsolable. One day, Yuri's wife, beside herself, not knowing what to do, said to Yuri, "Yuri, why don't you go to Kyoto?" Now, Kyoto in those days, it was a very small town, not like the great city it is today. I don't want to go to Kyoto, no." A couple of weeks later, Yuri goes to his wife and said, "I think I'll go to Kyoto." "Oh," she said, "what a very good idea." So she packed up a little satchel for him and she sent him off to Kyoto. Well, he was wandering the streets of Kyoto when all of a sudden he saw something glinting on a stall holder by the side of the road. So he went over and he picked it up. Had a little handle on it, and he lifted it up. He looked into it and he said, "Dad! Dad! You're here! How did you get to Kyoto? I'm so glad to see you! Oh, Dad! Dad!" So, of course, he said to the vendor, "How much do you want for this?" He said, "Oh, yes, these mirrors, they're the best you can find anywhere." He named a price. Well, Yuri would have paid everything that he had in his pocket for it. So it was carefully wrapped up in silk, and he took it off with him. But of course, he had to remember to buy something for his wife. So he did remember to buy her a nice kimono, and he took it home, and she was very, very happy. But for some reason, Yuri didn't tell his wife about the mirror. He put it in a room aside, and every day after he came back from the fields, his wife noticed him going into the room, and then she'd hear him laughing and talking. She wondered what was going on. What was this? Well, one day her curiosity got the best of her, silent treatment. He couldn't get a word out of his wife at all. He begged, why are you, and what isn't... Finally, of course, as women are, she couldn't help herself. She said, come with me. He took him into the room to, look at this, you see? No, go. He took, no, look, it's my dad, look. So, well, the fight got so loud that all the neighbors could hear. And they all came over to see if they could intercede with what was going on. Well, everyone had a suggestion, of course, until finally someone said, well, look, the abbess of the monastery, not far from here, is a very wise woman. Why don't we go to her and ask her advice? So the couple, taking with them, went to the house. She led them into her little room. And they told the story. Yuri said, yes, you see, my dad, it's my dad. And he said, yes, he's got a woman, he's got this woman in him. She said, give it to me. She took it. Oh. The poor dear. She's so sorry that she's caused such a problem between your family that she shaved her head and become a nun. Just leave her with me. I'll take care of her. You go on and make babies and be happy. So Yuri and his wife went off down the road hand in hand. But Yuri turned to his wife and he said, beloved wife, I'm so worried about Dad. You know, he never was very religious.